Okay, so the issue with the Nikon D750, whether you get an error message or whether you're actually having a shading in high-speed sync is due to the shutter assembly mechanism. So even though there are two problems that manifest, they both have their same origins. What are you doing? Man! I'll see you got a D750, boy! Yeah, I do. What difference does it make? I was talking about the enormous number of affected Nikon D750s that Nikon has had a recall. Yeah, man, I got some news for you, brother. I can tell you because you give me room and board in your basement, man, and I feel like I owe you. I left yours unaffected. What do you mean you left mine unaffected? Well, you're phony. You can't tell nobody, man. You can't tell nobody. I won't tell anybody. What happened? Did you grow back some of your chin hair? Man, all of us hipster douchebags have to have a little chin hair, you know? I even got some platinum fillings, too. Look. Where did you get the money for platinum fillings? Man, Sony cut me a big check. I mean, they paid me off, brother. I mean, I did a little something I feel a little bit guilty about, you know. But yo, I promise your D750 is unaffected because I knew that one was marked for you because it said on the box, it says, ship to fat, bald, tattoo freak. And I knew right away that was your camera, man, so I didn't mess with it. What the hell are you talking about? Well, man, I feel a little embarrassed, but I went and I snuck into the factory in Thailand and I peed on 40,000 shutter assemblies of the Nikon D750. Yeah! What do you feel proud of? Man, I had to even the odds. You know, I had to even the odds between Sony and Nikon because, you know, Sony ain't doing so good because they don't make any lenses and the cameras are overheating and, you know, Nikon sells so good and they got billions of dollars in glass factories. So I figured, man, I called up the Fony representative, Sheila, and Sheila said, man, if you can like destroy a bunch of Nikon D750s, we're gonna cut you a big check. And that's how I got my platinum fillings, man. What the hell are you talking about? Well, you know I sell Colombian Pure, right? Well, yeah, I knew that. Well, man, I gotta diversify. And I've diversified to Thailand, too. You know, I import some of that fine heroin. You know, the black tar heroin. Yeah! You're importing heroin, too? Yeah, man, I figured, you know, I was going over there anyway to pick up a bunch of black tar heroin that I would sneak into the Nikon factory and I would like, you know, I got the idea from all those brothers, you know, back in World War II, all those people that was captured and they were made to work in factories and to make like, you know, like the V-2 rockets that was landing on London. What they did is that they peed when the Germans wasn't looking. They peed on the electronics and that's what caused the rockets to fail. You heard that story, right? Yeah, I've heard of that. Let's see. European prisoners, French and Germans, French and English, and some Americans were forced to work in German factories, and they'd actually pee on the electronics of like the weaponry. The German, yeah, that's where I got the idea from. You know, so I snuck into the Nikon factory in Thailand and I peed on 30,000 shutter mechanism. I think it might have been 40, but I was a little bit drunk. Yeah. Hey, how the hell did you manage to do that? Hey, how did you even get in, much less manage to pee on that many shutter assemblies in the Nikon? Well, man, I figured it would be easy. I got some chin hair. I look like Fu Manchu. And when I walked in up to the gate, there was a guy there, and he asked for my credentials, and I just said, ni hao. You know, I think that's Chinese. I don't think that is Thai. Whatever, man. He let me into that, and I squinted my eyes a little bit. Now, you can't say crap like that. What are you talking about, man? It worked, didn't it? Damn! You can't say stuff like that. Oh, what do you mean, man? It worked, didn't it? That's all that matters. Damn! You squinted your eye. Yeah, man, it let me right through. And then I smuggled in. I knew I wouldn't be able to pee on that many shutter mechanisms, so I figured out a plan that I alone could urinate on all those shutter assemblies and destroy all those Nikons. Yeah! Well, how the hell did you even manage to do that? It doesn't. Nobody could pee on that mini shutter mechanism. Yeah, grab me my Kentucky crack water over there. I smuggled in, a dozen cases of Kentucky crack water. I said that they were parts for the Nikon assembly line, and I was down there like, and I was peeing all night long. I was peeing until the crack of dawn. I was peeing on so many and then shutter assemblies. I was like, man, my little wee-wee was wore out. I was like, damn. You're crazy, man. Now all the Nikon got a big recall because they got what they got inside there is some fanboy flavor. So now all them Nikons is pecans. You get it, brother? Pecans. You're absolutely. Well, I had to go over there anyway, man. I got to pick up some black tar heroin. It ain't easy swallowing them balloons, man. It made my belly bloat like a pregnant woman. Damn. One of them even burst on the airplane, and I was like tripping all the way back home. I was going, yeah. I don't believe you. Man, that's the reason all them Nikon D750s has failed. It's because they got fanboy flavor in them. Yeah! I don't believe you. I think you're freaking insane. Man, look at my platinum fillings I got there right there. You see, I paid for that with that check that Fony cut me for peeing on all them Nikon D750s. I just smuggled in some Kentucky crack water and went... My little wee-wee was tired. My poor little wee-wee was tired from peeing all them shutter mechanisms. Yeah! That's the reason. I had to even the odds. Between Nikon and Fony. Because, Fony don't make very good stuff. This stuff is overheating, and we don't make nothing. So I had to destroy a bunch of them D750s, and I did it, brother. But my little wee-wee was wore out. What are you laughing at, boy?